Man, listen, man, let's talk about it. Quite a few things to kind of delve in, man. So let's get right into it. The New Orleans Saints Wednesday injury report. 9 Saints players listed on the Hump Day injury report, the first of the week. And Isaac Yiadom is DMP with the hamstring, which would explain in part why we have Mike Davis here. And we'll talk about Mike Davis. I'll give you guys a scouting report on Mike Davis, the new cornerback the Saints picked up yesterday. He has ties to, of course, Coach Staley as well as Coach Moore. When Coach Moore was out there in Charger land, the one year he was the OC, he kind of known him from there. So it's those relationships, right? But let's get into it. Isaac Yiadom hamstring DMP. Jawan Johnson still dealing with that ankle issue. He was limited. Alvin Kamara developed an ankle injury according to Coach Moore in practice. And it is nothing to worry about. According to what Coach Moore says, nothing to worry about. Trevor Penning also has an ankle. You know, that's 3 ankles in a row. It's a 4th ankle. Cesar Ruiz got one. So, you know, you'd probably be a halfway to millionaire if you had a bag of ankles you could take down there, I'm pretty sure. Justin Reed is under the concussion protocol. You know, he got knocked in the head in the game and got taken out. And we'll see if he clears concussion protocol for the matchup against the Patriots. We'll be watching that. Chase Young. That's right, Chase Young. You know, if I know KT, I know you're listening. Guess what, KT? Chase Young practiced today. He is limited with a calf issue. This is the first time in 6 weeks since we've seen Chase Young out on the football field. What's up, Bronze? Shout out to Bronze. It's a good thing because we really do need Chase Young's on his pass rush acumen on the opposite side of Carl Granderson. Right, we've seen what Cam could do, and man, we need somebody like a lot more athleticism than what we're seeing there. And of course, John Ridgeway III fully practiced with a shoulder issue. He's still listed, as you can see this little mark right here telling you that he's returned to practice, but he's still on the reserve injured list. Now it's up to the Saints come time to activate John Ridgeway, and listen, they need John Ridgeway. They need somebody to help stop the run. We gave up draft picks to bring John Ridgeway here. And we need his whatever defensive help he can do, internally speaking, to stop the run of that running back from New England. They got a couple of decent running backs. That top running back is pretty good. So we have to be able to slow those guys down. And, of course, if you look at the Patriots side of it, they got some guys on there. Jalen Hawkins, the safeties, DMP, defensive end Keon White is also out. A defensive tackle, Christian Barmore, has an NIR, which is not injury related, just rest. Clavon Chasen is limited with a knee issue. Joshua Farmer with an ankle, he was limited. Anthony Jennings limited. Milton Williams, the defensive tackle, linebacker Marty Mapu with a neck issue, fully practiced, and Mike Onwenu was fully practiced with us. So you got a few guys from New England, not as banged up as some of the previous teams, but yeah, the Saints got a couple of people on this list, and in my estimation, man, going 6 weeks in terms of injuries for the Saints, we are doing fantastic. To be honest with you, we're doing pretty damn good. Let's just keep this going for the rest of the season, man, and just clean up some football here. All right, anyway, let's kind of pivot to that story anyway. Here is to say Saints running back Kamara suffers an ankle injury at practice. Just when the Saints thought they might be turning the corner, the injury bug decided to pay a visit. This time it nipped at the ankles of their star running back Alvin Kamara. During practice on Wednesday, Kamara went down with what Coach Kellen Moore described a little something. What was that song, A Little Something? Wasn't that Maxwell? So when did this coach? When the hell Coach Moore started listening to? Y'all remember that song by Maxwell, A Little Something Something? What do you know about that? Well, let's be real. A little something in coach speak can mean anything from a stub toe rather, to a season-ending catastrophe. The entire city of New Orleans collectively held its breath for a team sitting at a pitiful 1-4. Losing a player of Kamara's caliber would be like taking a sledgehammer to an already cracked foundation. Damn, bro. Further reports quickly downplayed the severity, with sources confirming that the ankle injury is nothing serious and that Kamara is considered day to day. You can almost hear the collective sigh of relief echoing down Bourbon Street. Not just Bourbon Street, all over the damn city. The lower 9, the 3rd Ward, the 7th Ward, uptown, downtown, midtown, and throughout the entire region and the entire universe of the mighty Who Dat Nation. Kamara's impact on struggling Saints offense is no secret that Saints have been, to put it mildly, a hot mess this season. Before their Reese, I like this writer. Who this guy is, man? He all right with me. Total Apex. Okay, shout out to them. All right, he called it hot mess. Before they recently win against the turnover-happy Giants, they were looking at a goose egg in the win column. Kamara, even at 30 years old, which is practically ancient running back years, remaining the engine of the offense. He's the safety valve for a young quarterback, a dual-threat nightmare for defensive coordinators, and one of the few consistent playmakers on the roster. So far this season, he's racked up 283 yards and a touchdown on the ground, adding another 77 yards through the air. While those aren't exactly the eye-popping numbers we're used to seeing from him, his presence alone changes how defense approaches the Saints. So what happens if Kamara misses some time? If this little something turns into a bigger something and Kamara has to sit out against the Patriots, the Saints will turn to Kendre Miller. The third-year running back will be he'll be thrust into the spotlight. A tough spot for anyone trying to fill Kamara's multi-talented shoes. For now, it looks like the disaster has been averted, and the Saints recently need to stack, and we put this in, stack some wins, and having a healthy Kamara is non-negotiable if they want to climb out of the NFC South basement. Especially fantasy owners will be refreshing their timelines all week, hoping that the day-to-day really just means he needed a little day off. After that, the man's been carrying the team on his back. Maybe his ankles just needed a quick break. Indeed, man. So, yeah, Saints haven't really been doing, that it's just they haven't found it, man. People are just like, Q, what's wrong? What's wrong with the Saints offense, and it's a lot to talk about, man. When you watch the film, I watched the film. We did the Patreon last night. Man, I was kind of hot because, we look at the tape and the wind has worn off. The wind has worn off. Now we need to focus ahead and see if we can stack wins. That's what it's about. We're in a hole. We need 3 more wins to get to 500, to make this thing respectable. So the way I see it is based on the tape that I was watching, the Saints have to do better and with the defense is giving them. Like I've seen it was, y'all seen it on the tape. We broke it down. And it's just IQ. It's just play selection and IQ. When you have a defense that shows you a single high look and you trying to run in a stacked box, of course you're not doing anything. What are we doing? It's just what it comes down to is IQ and recognizing what the defense is giving you and adjusting. And that's what I see. And then it would help if the Saints offensive players in particular, I ain't going to throw no names out there, but the guys on tape that are missing blocks would learn these damn plays better. It would help for us to run the ball, for guys to learn the plays and get out ahead to know who they need to block, because it shouldn't be this difficult, but that's the problem. And what I see on tapes is guys don't know exactly what they're doing. I see on tape when you run in the offense, you see the defense go into a single high set. What the hell are you running the ball for? Attack them downfield. Even with the throw to Rashid Shaheed, they had 2 safeties there. They still was able to fire the ball to the right sideline, and Rashid's blazing speed was able to run beyond the corner and the safety to the touchdown. Well, that play was there, if you watch the tape, at least 4 times. So it's like, okay, enough of the east to west stuff. You have to get vertical, and even if you're gonna have to take shots to scare these goddamn people. If they know the Saints, like even with the Giants, they weren't afraid of the Saints throwing the ball. They was stacking the box. They had guys a bunch of times where I seen stack box, 7, 8 guys in the box. and we trying to run into the box with that old rusty draw play that they used to that rusty ass option draw, whatever you call it. Now, man, come on, man. We have to have a higher IQ when we're attacking these people. The defense will give you several opportunities to throw the ball on their ass. They really will. They're going to bring that safety up to blitz to throw at them. They're going to do all of that. And what I seen on film, like, what are we doing here? Get that damn ball up the field. You got all these guys, Chris Olave at 4'3", whatever he is. You can't guard Rashid Shaheed. You can't guard him. So you move him around, find a mismatch, and put his ass out there on the vertical and throw that goddamn ball out there. This ain't hard to figure out, man. Like on tape, I was so upset what I seen on tape with how they was running, especially toward the back end of the game. When I seen all that bullshit they was running, I was like, man, come on, bro. This don't make any kind of sense. The defense is giving you opportunities. They're showing you, hey, man, you get, and it's just, we're not taking them. I don't know what we doing, but it ain't doing the right thing. You got to attack these people, man. You got to attack all this east-west stuff, throwing it here and there and dinky-donkey doing all this bullshit. And they got safety playing single damn high and one-on-one mismatches up the field, and we not taking advantage of it. That got to change, man. I know these people, these professional people, I know they got to be seeing that. I know they got to be seeing that. I was upset. I was like, man, what are we doing? Why are we running into these 8-man fronts like this? You ain't got a damn fullback. How you doing that silly draw into an 8-man box? Into an 8-man box, and you ain't even got a fullback. Like, they know that you're gonna have to attack these people. Attack them. And these defenses with secondaries that's ranked in the 30s, in the late 20s. That's enough. I ain't gonna lie, man. I got upset on that. Y'all heard me last night on Patreon. I was cussing and every damn thing. I was mad seeing that. I was like, man, what are we doing? It wasn't the Giants. It wasn't the Giants. It was us. When they was showing very favorable looks, we was doing something else. I don't know why they was doing it and why they thought that was good to do. But if you see them people with a single high safety and you got all that speed on the field, why are you running into the box on that silly draw they run? Like, nobody don't know. Here we come with that little silly draw. With the draw, here, you want it or you hold it, and then he run there and the guy get him. Come on, bro. That's not going to cut it, man. And I'm like, looking, I said, how much money they paying these people? Because the film it's not, it don't take a rocket scientist to read no damn film. You can look at it and see the defense was giving Saints opportunities to take shots at them. They really was. And there were at least four that I counted myself where you could attack them people deep, and we doing that draw. Trying to get Taysom Hill to run into 8 people. I mean, dude, come on, man. Come on, man. We got to do better than this. Yeah, I'm just saying, man, that's my little account on that, man. I was like, man, what are we doing, man? Let's get this stuff moving. Let's attack. Anyway, let's keep it moving, man. Speaking of moving, let me move on. Let me keep moving. Here go one right here. And I'm not putting it on Spencer. That's not exactly what I'm putting it on. But I'm saying you got to be able to understand what's going on. Like I said, the defense is going to give you opportunities. And you heard the saying all the time that we take what the defense gives us. Meaning the defense will play back and give you the front. And every now and again, the defense will send a safety up there to see if they can flush the quarterback out or overload the line so they can go and get one on you. They'll do that from time to time. When they show single high safety, one-on-one matchups outside, I like my odds. There ain't no cornerback in the league could guard Rashid Shaheed, man. And there's nobody in the league that can stay one-on-one with Rashid Shaheed. You put that ball up top, he running up under it. You blow the damn defense wide open. That's what we need to do. That'll change the dynamic.